Any idea how this rig works, Cletus, do you? I never saw one before in my life.
Well, we'll do the best we can. How's she going, folks, anyway? Very good. You'll love to hear it. Now, Jim and they asked us to come here and tell you a few stories about the lumber woods. And I tell you right now, there's no two better men to come here and talk to you than the two of us. Isn't that right?
Hold it right there now, Cletus. There's a lot better men to come here and talk to you today, but I went up to Dungarvan, and they're about 40 miles in the woods, hauling black birch, and they didn't want anything to do. I tried to talk them into coming here, and they asked if there was any hermit's wine or anything, and I said I didn't think so. And then that old boss, he came out of the camp, and he started throwing rocks at me like something out of the Old Testament, and he's a hateful old son of a whore anyway. I think he killed a cook. He killed a cook up there years ago, I think.
Okay, very good. But I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, not many lads have seen what we've seen. We've been all over. We've been up the northwest, the southwest, the Barnaby, the Birdie Bow, the Tamaganops, the Tabbas and Tack, all them places. We cut the Christmas Mountains back when they were just the Yule Mountains.
Yeah, we were fired from a lot of places, weren't we?
Yeah, that's it.
Now, they said today we only have 10 minutes to be up here, but the good news is I can get us fired in 30 seconds. With the words that come out of my mouth...
No, that's fine. Nobody's trying to test you there. We're just, like I say, we're just here to tell some stories, I mean, it's hard enough working in them woods. It's a hard way to earn a living. But, I suppose, back in them days, people were just tougher, that's all.
Well, the meat was a lot tougher, that's for sure.
Well, that's true. Them cooks, they were a hard lot. Hard as the biscuits they made.
Don't get me started on them biscuits. No matter, you could soak them in molasses for 48 hours straight, and the end of her was no better off. She was just as hard, but now she was black. You could play hockey with her.
That's true. I reminds the time old Amos Moon told me once that he was in the camp, and he got the biscuit. My God, she was awful hard. Knocked her against the table 2 or 3 times, it didn't even budge. He threw it on the floor to the dog. And the cook came out and he said, "The day will come, Moon, when you chase a crow a mile for that biscuit." And he said, "I probably would if I thought anything of the crow." Yes, indeed.
Not too bad. You got some laughs. I remember back in Blackville 20 years ago you told that joke. It didn't work at all. Nicer crowd down here. You wouldn't think it, would you?
It takes a little bit of time, it wears on you, that's it. But I see you're still chewing your gum there, your spruce gum.
Oh, you gotta do that. See, there was no fruits and vegetables at all in them lumber camps. So if you didn't chew on the old spruce gum for the vitamin C, your teeth would start falling out, and most of all, your hair would start falling out. Like that lad.
Come on. Jim.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference the spruce gum makes.
That's hitting below the belt now, and you know it. Now listen, you know it very well. Well, this hair got stuck to the wall one night. It froze there, and I had to cut it off.
Well, if you would have cut her off, she should have grown back by now.
No, come on. You never been in the garden or the frost get into the roots? It killed them and never grew back.
I don't think hair works that way, though. Never heard that one before.
Oh, no, of course. That's it. I was lucky, though. None of the less for the lice to grab a hold of, I tell you, that's it. Them old lads, they used to say you got to get the horse smell on you in order to keep the lice away. They'd be the same lads, though, to be drinking that old Dr. What's-his-name's colic cure. He said right on her, written right on the side of her was good for man or beast. So that's good medicine. If it'll fix a horse and fix a man, it's got to be good.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a cure of Father Ryan's almost. That does.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew him well. Friend of the family, you might say.
All right. Very good, yeah.
I think you know what I'm talking about. You heard of old Matt Daly, eh?
I heard of old Matt Daly. He got into a fight one time back in them camps, didn't he?
He sure did. He got in a fight with a young Cooglin lad from the Grey Rapids at one of them camps. And let me tell you, it was an awful sight. See, old Matt Daly was close to 70. Young Cooglin was a big, strong lad, no more than 22 or 23. And they got in an awful fight, and Cooglin was beating the face off him for a good 45 minutes near.
Oh.
And then, all of a sudden, old Matt Daly, he pulled off a bite and took a piece out of young Cooglin's arm the size of a stick. You wouldn't believe the size of the meat that came out of that lad's arm. Now, old Matt Daly only had 3 teeth in his whole head, but whatever was in that jaw of his, some infection set in, and that young Cooglin lad had to go all the way to Father Ryan for a cure. And Father Ryan could cure near anything, but he couldn't do anything about that bite. That bite was so bad, she rotted the arm off of young Couglin, and they had a barrier outside the cemetery out there. They were so afraid of her. True story, 100%. Real talented lad wrote a play about Matt Daly. Y'all should have saw it if you didn't.
All right, but you were in a whole hell of a lot safer or outside the camps than you were in some of them spots, you know? Remember old Duffy's Hotel? That was a pretty rough spot.
Oh, she was. Duffy's Hotel was an awful place. You see, I was a pretty wild lad about 20 years ago. I used to live at the Miramichi Hotel. I got kicked out of there one night, and I had to hit her off upriver again, and I took to Duffy's Hotel this time because they said it was even rougher. Sure enough, I'm up there at Duffy's Hotel, and this lad, real cocky-looking arsehole from PEI, walked in, and he got in a fight with me. Said his name was Peter Emberley. Can you believe that? Oh, yeah. We got in an awful fight. We fought for 3 hours or more, and he got the better of me, but I was swearing at him, you arsehole, I hope that you die a long, horrible death, that the logs fall on you and split your cursed head wide open, and the blood pours down that hill for miles and miles to come. And I think something bad did happen to the Emberley lad in the end, didn't it?
I believe so. So that was all your fault.
100% I'm taking credit for that. So we can't sing Peter Emberley now anymore, can we?
We can't. They asked us to sing Peter Emberley, but I can't do that. That's a bad luck song.
It is.
You know, we still got to go back to work.
We do. We got to work this evening. Oh, yeah. Old Charles Fish wants us to work at the quarry, I think.
Right,
French Fort Cove, y'all should come. 9:30.
So that's it. We can make enough of our own bad luck. So I'm going to sing Duffy's Hotel instead. Fair?
Yeah.
Fair?
Take her away, Cletus.
All right. Goes something like this here. If you're longing for fun and enjoyment and inclined to go out on a spree, come along with me over to Boys Town on the banks of the Miramichi. You'll meet with a royal reception. The truth unto you I'll relate. On the 18th of May I arrived here. From Fredericton came by the freight. I'm employed with a man, Edmund Kenny, a gentleman that you know well. GP for the parish of Stanley. I bet you're keeping time with the hook.
I am.
And they put up at Duffy's Hotel. One night I went out on a party. I tell you it was something immense. We collared a Shanghai rooster, and it just cost us 17 cents. He was sick with the croup and the measles. They said he was too poor to sell. But I guess he made hash brown burgers that put up at Duffy's Hotel. One night I went out on a party along with the rest of the boys. We got full of Peely Island. I tell you, we made lots of noise. We frightened the pigs up in Tugtown, 'cause the Pleasant Ridge dogs for to yell. And when we got kicked out of Hayesville, we struck her for Duffy's Hotel. One night I went out on a party. You notice a theme here. I was held in the mansion below. A row was kicked up in the kitchen. I tell you, it wasn't too slow. They upset the chairs and the tables. The windows and stove too they fell. 'Twas all on account of a lady, a boarder at Duffy's Hotel. Well, friends, I must bid you good evening, or else you may think me a Turk. If I hang around here any longer, some fella might give me a jerk. I'll go back to the place of my childhood, from peace and contentment to dwell. Bid adieu to the fine entertainment that I met with at Duffy's Hotel. There you go.
That's quite a song, isn't she, folks? I remember I must have heard that for the first time 40 years ago. I didn't know what it was about then, and I still don't know today. Now, we've been talking a lot about upriver, because that's where we spend a lot of time. But I know the game you play around here, and this being Newcastle we're in. This lad here is from Newcastle. He's dying to hear a Newcastle song. And I know that you used to work for Anderson's back in the day, didn't you?
That's true. Yeah, that's it. I can sing me Peelhead. How's that sound?
Take her away, why don't you?
Yeah, old Isaac Anderson, he was bald. Not someone like myself. But they called him Peelhead, and he sang a song about him. And it goes something like this here. Hooray, hurrah for lumbermen, hooray, hurrah, hooray. It's hooray, hurrah for lumbermen, for Peelhead he's the buy. They bought a horse in Whitney, another from Babway. He bought his sleds from Gabby Stewart all on that very day. So he took off for the lumber woods to cut a hell of a shine, but the only kind of logs he got we're a small rough sapling pine. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, hooray hurrah hooray. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, for Peelhead he's the by. Bill Baisley was the chopper's name, a man of noted skill, and Peelhead was the teamster and the owner of the mill. Our swamper's name was Johnny Scott, our tech team it was Ned, our yard piler George Anderson, a brother to Peelhead. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, hooray hurrah hooray. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, for Peelhead he's the by. They cut back off the Trunnell Road till they got all that was there, and they drew a plan of all the ground, they gave a piece to tear. They cut back off that Trunnell Road, back to the sugary line, but the only kind of logs he got were a small rough sapling pine. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, hooray hurrah hooray. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, for Peelhead he's the by. Now, Mr. Isaac Peelhead, I hope that you do well. I hope that you have logs enough to pay your men as well, and not like it was last summer when you said they'd be good times. Well, some of your men you owe 6 months, more you do owe 9. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, hooray hurrah hooray. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, for Peelhead he's the by. Hooray hurrah for lumberman, for lumbermen or die. It's hooray hurrah for lumberman, for Peelhead, ha ha, he's the by.
Oh,
Woo! There we go, there we go.
all right, how are we doing for time here? We're getting close. Oh, look at there, 3 missed calls from Irving. I hope that's a good sign. Now, what do you think? You think you got another one left in you?
I don't know. You want me to sing another one?
Oh, maybe. Give her a shot. What do you think, folks? Do you want to hear one more?
All right.
All right.
Good.
He's originally from up the Northwest. You got a song from up that way, too, don't you, about a cat?
Yeah, sure. We can do the Wildcat on the pipeline. How does that sound?
That's a good one.
Very nice.
Take her away, Cletus.
Come all you brave men. Oh no. Come all you brave men from the Miramichi. Come sit by my side now and listen to me. I'll tell you a story and I'll make it rhyme about the Wildcat back on the pipeline. The first one who saw it, that's his name. No. First man who saw it.
See, you should have had that hermit's wine like I did before we started this racket.
Yeah, well, fair enough. You know, first I saw Norman Matchett by name. Said 'twas a monkey and that it was tame, for it had a long tail and whiskers to match, and fought like a wildcat ready to scratch. The next lad who saw it, his name Freeman Hare, swears to this day 'twas a monstrous bear, for it had a long mane, 3 feet or more, and filled him with terror whene'er it did roar. The last lad who saw it, his name was Leclerc, said 'twas no monkey nor neither a bear. He come from Australia, he knew it was true. The wildcat, he said, was a big kangaroo. Now I am a hunter, I've hunted big game. I've come to conclusions, I'll tell you the same. Those goofy Nor'westers got hopped up on wine and went back to Willie's on the pipeline. There you go.
All right. No one knows to this day. Could have been near anything. Well, folks, this is a beautiful singing voice. You don't want me to try anything today, because the last time I sang, oh, she was an awful thing. They thought the Dungarvan Hooper was back, and the priests are too scarce now, so you can't get them to come around and say any prayers or anything. And a woman even went into labor early and everything when I started singing. Oh, yeah. All right, folks. What do you say, Cletus? Is that enough for us?
I think so. I think we better leave them wanting more, right?
We better leave them wanting more, and hopefully we got enough hours for the dole now anyway. All right. All right, folks. Take care.
Thank you.